And now, it's story time with your host, Carl Childers.
Took a little trip with Miss Tater and that big feller that makes sport of me to something called spring flying. I can tell you about it if you want me to.
Yeah, man.
Well, sir, there's this big party every year. They start the whole shebang with a parade. They had old-timey cars, some tractors, and them fire fellers were in there too. Tater and that big feller, they're right in the front there. They was something called the Grand Marshals. That's where things kindly got ugly. They must have stole them marshal badges because the law was right on their tails the whole way. Sirens just a screeching. There's this one car. It had Dare wrote on the side of it. Fancy paint job. And in that car was the biggest squirrel I ever did see. Fact is, you could be pretty near 6 foot tall and be no bigger than this squirrel. He's taller than me. Fancy blue shirt. Nice necktie. I guess that's what dare meant. They dared you to mess with him. He made me a mite nervous. Truth be known, I was so nervous, I hid them peanuts and cashews I brung along with me for snacking. I moseyed around there, and I watched them youngins on the rides, eating cotton candy and throwing up. Well, sir, after this big hullabaloo, feller took us to a place called Lucky's. Mr. Lucky had a real nice place there. Had a nice little stage. Too bad that stage is on the poorly built end of the place. They had to have 2 big old poles on each end of that stage to hold the roof up. Makes it kind of hard for a band to sit up on it. Them fellers, they kept buying Miss Tater drinks, telling her to dance on one of them poles.
What in the world, man?
I thought they was talking about that big feller. I didn't understand that part of it. Yes, sir. It was a real good time right up until the end there. We was wrapping things up. Here come that friendly bear again, acting all happy. Then he grabbed a hold of one of them fire station fellers, Mr. Johnny. Mr. Johnny walking with a cane on account of his brother, Armistead, tried killing him with one of them fire trucks. So he's really at a disadvantage. Mr. Johnny and me, we made friends. So I jumped in there to help. Got a hold of that bear's head. Tried to knock his hat off. But it was on there good and tight. I heard someone screaming. And it is coming from inside that bear. I pulled and pulled. I finally twisted his head plumb off. Sure enough, there's a feller in there that he'd swallowed whole. So I skinned that bear out with my pocket knife. Some fellers calls it a jackknife. I comes with a pocket knife. And that feller come out of there in one piece. It's no wonder that old bear didn't have no hind end. That carcass just lay there flat as a pancake. The kids come running up yelling, "What'd you kill Smokey for? What'd you kill Smokey for?" Well, sir, I didn't reckon that bear might have been them youngins' pets. That feller I saved didn't even say thank you. He just looked at that knife and runned off Summers. Moral of the story is, never kill a bear in a hat and dungarees. Just dare that giant man squirrel to have a go at him. The end.
Story time is brought to you by Hargrave's Potted Meat Product. Chock full of peckers and lips since 1937.
I didn't mean to make fun of your legs there, little
That's
fella.
all right.